Hi guys, my name's Seb Tudor, I'm the man on the Silver Mountain, and welcome back to Torment Tides of Numenera. Now, we just got into this place, and I think we have to get over there? Or over there? Portal out of this fathom lies just out of reach. Have to find a way to get to it. Okay, well we've got this that we didn't take a look at last time. So this panel contains a map of the room, 5 platforms encircling a centre platform. It probably can be used to raise the floors, but someone has smashed it thoroughly. And yet, it's mental construct like everything else here. It's a mental construct like everything else here. It would probably respond to your will. Okay, well let's just focus. Stretch your mind, out your mind. Trying to feel the tides flowing through this place. You can certainly feel their energies, but the floors remain stubbornly inert. Apparently, okay, well let's... Tidal surge. The tides surround you, swirling throughout the entirety of this place. You exert your will, pushing power through those channels and into the control panel. Even as you watch, the glass reshapes itself. The cracks heal as though they were never there. With a hum and a chitter, the controls come to life. The platform you are standing on pulses with an orange glow, showing the floor is floors in their current state. Touching the platform on the screen should shift the floors. Okay. Game. Nearly crashed there for a second, thankfully didn't. Okay, a familiar voice echoes from the depths below. You're still here then. I had hoped the labyrinth would trap your mind as well, but apparently I made your body too well. You're too late though. Even if you repaired that entire fathom, I am at the labyrinth's final defences. But by the time you reach me, I'll have broken through the door. Go ahead, solve your puzzles. It won't matter. In a little while, you'll be nothing more than a whiff of nostalgia in my mind. Well, the changing god is a dick. Right, let's give this a go then. The map on this control panel is fully functional. The platform you are standing on pulses with an orange glow, showing the blah blah blah. Okay, we'll connect the things. So that's now connected back to there.
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
I can only assume that we go round, essentially. The map on this control panel is fully functional. The platform you are standing on pulses with an orange glow, showing the floors in the current state. Touching the platform on the screen should shift the floors. There is an extra image here that is not visible on the other panels, a human figure in a dotted outline. You place your hand on it, something activates within the panel. Not just the panel, but every panel in the room. The circular stations on every platform glow, and the image of a human figure begins to pulse regularly, as though waiting for input. Tiny needles puncture your fingers. There is a flash from the circular synth plate next to the panel, and a finger-long blade at its center starts spinning and humming around its axis. As it spins, it projects a 3-dimensional image very similar to yourself. Your own body flickers in and out of phase, and the blade spins faster, brighter. Your body flickering accelerates until finally the blade dissolves, and standing at the platform is a fully grown human that looks remarkably like you. Apart from better dressed. The figure before you looks almost exactly like you, but a woman instead of a man. She doesn't bear your scars, but otherwise her face is like a mirror. Hello, she says pleasantly, you must be me. What happened to him? He did not treat our body all that well. Who are you? Well, I'm a short-lived version of you. Basically, our creator used these cloning stations to rapidly prototype different body types and features before deciding on a final shell for his consciousness. These look different from the controls I remember. It looks like I'm stuck on the most recent settings. Not that that's a bad thing, of course. I'm sure you won't mind. Okay. How long do you last? Only a few minutes, give or take. It's not so bad. It doesn't hurt. At least I don't remember it hurting. If you only live for a short time, how do you remember all this? Oh, it's the most interesting part. Our creator always liked to process things externally, to have someone to talk to. He constructed assistants all the time. I was enabled to maintain his memories from version to version. That way I could provide more useful feedback on how one body moved or felt compared to another. Our progenitor would even have me perform tasks from time to time, sometimes mundane, sometimes dangerous. The fact that I could learn from my mistakes was great help. If you're me, then why are you a woman? Our progenitor was funny like that. Gender for the next self was always the last minute decision. Our creator was never content with one or even two genders. It was a fungible thing. He would constantly explore and experiment, even trying Vargellan, Gibra and Dirk bodies. Dirk, if I recall correctly, are kind of made of stone, like living stone. At different points. You know, even after centuries with our creator, I can't explain the fastidiousness about gender. Oh, okay. It's just the way he is. The Vargellan is very interesting. I'm surprised he didn't choose that body more often. Okay. Do you know what this place is? I thought it was the cloning laboratory where prototype bodies were tested, but this doesn't look right at all. Where's the floor, the walls? All the equipment is here, but she looks back at you. It's like a nightmare version of a laboratory I know. As if somebody described the lab to a visitant that didn't quite understand it all, and then that visitant tried to recreate it. I don't know. Okay, so it's a memory then, essentially. Could you perform a task for me, like walk to the other station and toggle the floors? Sure, I can do that. Aww. Hello again, brother. Can I help you with something? Do you know what? You stay there for a moment. Clone me. The one on the right. One on the left. Okay, so then
I'm going.
Then can we go and press the button? Sure, why not? Bye. You have a very swishy cape. I approve of your cape. Ooh. Okay. So I think we need to get to the thing in the center first. Let's reconnect this platform here. Shield from the blast. Okay, sure. Let's head across over here and press buttons. Go and press the other button, please. Ah, okay.
Ready.
So you can't do anything yet, which means I'm just going to have to press far side of the fathom.
I am the very soul of action.
Can we get you to run across and press the panel, and then that might put this back to default, which will have us... Go and press the button for me, please. Little Miss Swishy Cape. The way that they explode is not the nicest, but hey, if it doesn't hurt. It's a stasis chamber, exactly like the one from the ghostly woman's memories. There are no controls on it anywhere, nothing that could help you raise the floors to reach the depths of the labyrinth. A woman lies inside, clearly visible through the shimmering energy field, and looking as though she were asleep. Her features are exactly those of the ghostly woman. Something disturbs the air next to you. The ghostly woman's face begins to appear as though your thoughts summoned her. You did summon me. I can discern your memories more clearly than the others, even more clearly than my own. But I remember now, this is who I was, the daughter of the changing god. Called it. He was the father who tried to save me before the siege of Tabat. He discovered how to transfer consciousness, my consciousness, into a new body, hoping it would save me, but it didn't. My sickness followed me in my mind, so he put me in there. Okay. He tried to find a cure for me, and when that failed, he tried to bring me back from death itself. He thought I was unconscious in there, but I remember. The memories are fragmented, but they're there. I was aware of everything, and with so many new memories flooding my mind, I'm able to fill in the gaps I didn't know. So does this mean you're a cast-off? I don't think so. I had my own consciousness, like my father does. This is who I was. Now I'm probably just a memory stored forever in the labyrinth. How often has he tried to bring you back? Considering he had centuries to do it, not very often, a lot at first, then only when he remembered or had some new idea. He used the probability engines underneath Sega's cliffs to birth women with my personality. He tried to use Heaven's Rejoinder, his means for turning back defeats in the endless battle. Once he tried to kidnap a version of me from an alternative reality, but she died in a tragic accident. He never tried that again. What am I to you, Father? Did you just give up? How much do you remember before the tank? I can't tell you in time measurements. I only know I was in the tank until the sorrow attacked us. My father fled, saving himself. Maybe he figured he could bring me back even without my body. It's the kind of thing he would assume. Maybe he didn't care. Or this mean this fathom is constructed from your memories? I don't recognize... No, wait, yes, it's all twisted and disordered, like a nightmare, but yes, I think these are my memories. I need to get to the portal. Can you build me a path? Yes, I can. Because she's helpful like that. Awesome. Cool. I think someone just leveled up as well. If you have the power to heal the floors, would you have the power to heal me as well? Yes, I think I might. I don't think I needed healing there, but we'll take it. And both of them leveled up, so let's have a look at what we can do quickly level up wise. Well, she only gets extra effort, so that's fine. Ooh, assassin. Okay. Oh, she's tier 4 now, that's why. Illusionary warrior, press the advantage. I'll take that, and then +5. She does get the crap kicked out of her a lot, so we'll take that, and then see what we've got for you, good sir. Let's increase yeah, let's increase your stat pools so that you've just got a little bit more to cycle through. And we're going to level up soon as well. Is there anything else that she still has to say to us? No. Okay.
Yes.
Going to stop your father. Going to kick the crap out of him. I wish I knew where Calestige went. Because I've got Eretis, which suggests that maybe Calestige would be here as well. But we had all that stuff about kind of allowing her access to the data sphere and things, so I don't know if she's coming back. I'm a little worried about her, to be honest. But, okay. Oh, we've got... This is the place that we were at before. We were down here somewhere. Which, I can't remember which door had the claw marks on. I think it was that one, so we'll the light around the door's frame dims and flares like a roaring fire in a high wind. As you approach, the bars of the door shudder and bend. It wants to let you in. Place your hand on the surface and it will open. Doesn't. Instead, you are drawn into the door itself. Messy. You know what? I probably should have used those Merecasters that I've still got in my inventory before getting to this point. But hey ho. The world revolves far below you, a sunset in scarlet flaring on the horizon. To the east, deep indigo shadows fall, painting the land with darkness. The faintest shimmer of a force screen distorts your vision, and the exhalation of the station pushes warm, moist air across your skin. With a shock, you realise that the view before you is almost identical to the world you saw as you fell to Earth. Just slightly higher. You hold an intricately filigreed metal staff. Its carvings slither under your fingers as if it were alive. You are in a great hall that is more like an organic space than a constructed room. Machinery literally sprouts from the floors and walls, with no sign of where the synthetic metal gives way to the substrata from which it has grown. Though humid, the hall feels clean and fresh, healthy and vibrant, full of promise. A holographic map of the moon hovers at the back wall near a small glowing pod. A voice speaks as if from the air itself. Are you certain this procedure will give you final control over the Castoffs? If you're mistaken, the chamber may fail, or worse, detonate with you inside. The voice is familiar, but you can't quite put your finger on its identity. Where are you? By your side as usual, watching, monitoring. The resonance chamber is ready in Sagus. We just need to make sure this body will work as a catalyst. If something happens down there, I'll signal you to move to the next vessel. And if you don't get out in time, well, you've got me. Let's hear it for redundancy. For now, just settle into the pod and we'll make sure this body will work for us. You've pinpointed the source of the voice. It's coming from the staff in your hands. You see a glowing, ghostly human inside the head of the staff, and then it all falls into place. The voice is familiar because the image is familiar. The ghostly, blue-limbed figure of the Spectre. You study the staff and it feels like coming home. It's a familiar friend, a comforting ally. It is a cornerstone to this moon, a key to every lock. You know that it copies your mind weekly, serving as a failsafe and a familiar, a consciousness that is your natural ally. When it speaks with the Spectre's voice, and when it must manifest, it can create a ghostly image of the changing god's original body. Holding it, you feel safe, in control. Remind me how this process works. We're going to run the final assessment on this body. Complete scans, review, tidal adjustment is if necessary. We'll verify that all of the parameters are within tolerance. Settle into the pod and I'll take care of the rest. I don't want any part of this. I've been trying to stop this from happening. I know you. I would hope so, considering that you duplicated me from your own mind less than a week ago. Now let's get you into the chamber, and are you feeling alright? I'm a Castoff, but I've entered some sort of time loop. A Castoff? Really? That means one moment. You say that you have cast your mind back in time to your body. That means that this body is the proper catalyst. We'll be able to activate the resonance chamber. Alright, I need you to listen very closely to me. Your body is the key to stopping the sorrow. You just have to get into the chamber and your struggles will be at an end. I appreciate your honesty. Wait, if you're a Castoff, and this was already your body, that means we didn't make it to the resonance chamber in your timeline. If you change history here, you run the risk of destroying yourself. So what happens? I'm not entirely sure. I woke up in a cocoon, then disaster strikes here, and that sounds like the sorrow is coming. We need to get you off this moon, and quickly. If the sorrow destroys this place, all is lost unless you can escape. This is a repository, god damn it, for all of our wisdom, all of our knowledge. And its loss will be a disaster, but if we can't stop the sorrow, we can at least save your life and mine. Get into the pod. Let's just get into the pod then. You glance around the Great Hall one last time, your gaze lingering on the map of the station, and walk to a small chamber near the vast hallway. A deactivated construct stands nearby in the state of partial disassembly, its hand thrust out as if in offering. Near the large control panel outside, a column of spongy scarlet discs hovers silently, reminding you of nothing so much as giant blood platelets or congealing scabs. You take a deep breath and step into the pod. The staff in your hand vibrates slightly and you feel yourself bathed in energies. Remain calm. This is all well within parameters. Minor explosion that follows surely is not. Sudden klaxons blare. The nearby platelets vibrate furiously and the deactivated construct's arm begins to spark and flare. Get out, the sorrow is going to destroy you. Your nemesis manifests in the Great Hall. Its form is tenuous, wispy, and as it congeals, it gains solidity in fits and starts. The moon's internal defences are slowing it, but this will not be enough to keep it out. As you watch, the sorrow shrugs itself past another line of defences, jerking itself towards more terrible reality. Its focus snaps towards you. It coils and writhes, desperate to wipe you from existence. Let's try and remember, shall we? Its multi-level projection, its orientation layout is prepared in a way that is naturally pleasing to your eye, and you trace the route to a nearby escape cocoon without difficulty. You'll have to remember the layout of the halls, but the map is clear enough to you that you think you can remember the route. Okay. Let's try and do this, shall we? You take hold of one of the discs, your fingers sinking into the spongy material, and with the slightest twist of your wrist, you detach it from a column of energy that holds it. It hums and cycles in a pitch that makes your eyes shudder. With each cycle, the disc shifts your vision, changing the colours you perceive. The tides churn within you as you hold it. It may have some effect on the sorrow. Okay, well, let's run down the hallway. Tears into the moon's skin. That's loud. Evaporating the vast section of it. The moist air of the moon rushes past you in a shriek as it vents out into space. The station's defences are almost utterly gone at this point. They flicker and play about the sorrow's form, but it is here in all its majesty and its means to destroy you. You have no choice but to run. Ooh, tentacles. The hallway branches with countless offshoots piercing the winding passages of the moon. You know that your escape lies down one of these routes. Your study of the map puts you in good stead here. You count down the passages, and every landmark that you expect arrives when you expect it. As you race through the halls, you see a small slot in the wall. It holds a firm green gel that you know contains some kind of memory. You have your defences, but you're not confident in your ability to deploy them as you sprint for safety. If you fail, stumble or hesitate, the sorrow will erase you utterly. You might have time enough for one detour or mistake, but no more than that. You press your forehead to the gel and it soaks into your skin, leaving behind a dry viridian paste. You are constructing the staff you hold. The spectre speaks over your shoulder. This is strange, isn't it? Knowing that I'm watching you make my home, that I'm going to be updated in a week with your experiences, that my consciousness will fill this moon, and thus so will you, in an unbroken, indefinite chain. You say, I don't hold any illusions about the sanctity of consciousness, but then you know that already. This conversation is turning into a solipsist. Us into a solipsist, sorry. We've been called worse, the memory fades. Okay, well, time to keep running then. You pound into the bay, door shutting behind you. Your breath comes hot in your chest. You double over to catch your breath. Several cocoons are arrayed along the outer wall. You'll need to activate one, and it will spin its webbing around you. The smart membrane is tough, heat resistant, and it will transfer the entirety of the kinetic force away from you at the moment of impact. You see an injection of some sort, but it's across the bay. You might not have time to reach it. Slow the sorrow. Leaves your finger, changes shape. It becomes a cloth, a shroud, and it curls over the sorrow, enveloping your enemy. It molds itself across the creature like a giant scab, fixing the sorrow in place. For a moment, you dare hope, but it's okay. So that's
the stuff.
You race across the room and snatch the syringe from its case. Reading the label, you see that it's a stimulant designed especially for a Castoff. It confers heightened awareness, resistance to pain, and improved accuracy and focus. And you reason if you use it now, it's in your body. It might carry into the future if you survive in the present. You slap the injector into your thigh and trigger it. You feel instantly calmer and the world is brighter. You can hear the sorrow's inexorable progress. You have a few bare moments before it comes. Run. The sorrow is too close. Its streamers reach out, pinion your arms to your sides. It gathers you close as you struggle like a mother pulling a child to her breast. Lassitude settles over you as it touches you. You feel no pain, no fear, and the light slips from the world. The last sound you hear is the moon imploding around you. Did we just destroy everything? At a stroke, the sorrow has undone all the deeds, good and bad, that were your work since you awoke, Reef of the Fallen Gods. You are erased and unwritten, and a non-life with a null legacy. Okay, let's reload that, shall we? That was interesting. Okay.
Making a note.
Okay, let's take a look. How long have we been going? Half an hour. See, now I've got some other stuff that I need to do. So, considering we've already destroyed ourselves once, I think, guys, what I'm going to do is leave this here for now. And what we'll do is we'll come back to it next week and see if... oh, bless me. See if maybe we can do better. But also, we do still have all the Merecasters on us. So maybe next week what we'll do is we'll go through all these Merecasters first. And then after we've been through the Merecasters here, that's when we'll go and take a look at the other stuff here. Yeah? So otherwise, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you found this enjoyable or interesting, then please drop us a like, share this video, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care.